Asian Americans are facing discrimination not felt since the Japanese American internment camps during World War II.
Hate is a virus. Hate is a virus.
Hate is a virus.
Purity speak for many Asian Americans when I say a little S and integrated and integrated
And not divide.
What if we lived in a world where we let others step on us?
What if the world doesn't change?
If you were to voice out one social change maker, who would it be?
Consciousness is power. Consciousness is education and knowledge. Consciousness is becoming aware. That statement was made by Yuri Kochiyama, a Japanese-American civil rights activist who is known as Mary Yuriko Nakahara before marriage.
Is she still alive? When was she born?
On May 19, 1921, Yuri Kochiyama was born. Sadly, she subsequently passed away on June 1, 2014 at the age of 93.
According to her family, they said that she has passed away quietly during her sleep Sunday.
What's the name of her relatives? Her husband? And how many kids did they have?
Her father is Seiichi Nakahara, who was born in the year 1887 until 1942. And her mother is Toyako Nakahara, who was born in the year 1894 until 1963. Yuri had a twin brother who was named Peter and an older brother named Arthur.
Followed by Yuri's spouse, who is Bill Kochiyama, who was born in the year 1946 and later on died the year 1993.
During their 47 years of marriage, they had raised 6 kids. Starting off with the firstborn, who's named William, and soon followed by Audie, Aichi, Eddie, Jimmy, and Tommy Kochiyama. Now tell me more about Yuri Kochiyama. Who is she and what was the change that she made?
Yuri Kochiyama was a less-known historical social change maker from the 1960s and the 1970s. She was an activist who made significant contributions to various social justice movements during that time period.
What did she fight for?
Japanese-American activist Yuri Kochiyama fought for civil rights for Asian Americans, African Americans, and other groups in the United States.
What urged her to do so?
A victim of discrimination and racism throughout her life, she worked to promote social change.
When was she born? What was her life like?
She was born in San Pedro, California. Kochiyama's activism was sparked by her experiences during the World War II, when she was and her family were forcibly relocated to internment camps along with thousands of other Japanese Americans. This experience fueled her commitment to fighting against racism and injustice.
But why were they sent to internment camps?
You see, her parents Seiichi and Suyoko Nakahara were Japanese immigrants who came to America in search of a better life. But unlike European immigrants, her parents and other East Asians couldn't become citizens because of unfair laws.
When did her life drastically change?
Her life changed on December 7, 1941. When the Japanese Empire bombed Pearl Harbor, FBI agents arrested her father. He was in poor health, having just come out of the hospital from surgery.
Is that where she strived for a change?
After the death of her father, United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt issued the executive order which forced out approximately 120,000 people of Japanese ancestry. Yuri, her mother, and her brother were evacuated, where they lived for the next 2 years. While interned, she met her future husband, Billy Kochiyama. In 1960, Kochiyama and her husband moved their family to Harlem and joined the Harlem Parents Committee and the Congress of the Racial Equality. How did she strive for change?
Kochiyamas moved to New York City in 1948. They lived in neighborhoods with mostly black and Puerto Rican neighbors. Their neighbors' struggles inspired Kochiyama to become more involved in civil rights activism. She made her apartment the center of the movement. She held weekly meetings, wrote newsletters, and organized campaigns to free activists who had been sent to prison. She met and became friends with Malcolm X in 1963. As a result, she became committed to the Black Power and Black nationalist movements. During the 1960s, Yuri joined the Revolutionary Action Movement, a Black nationalist organization, and fought against the Vietnam War.
What an inspirational story!
Now, you may ask, how did she significantly change the world? Yuri Kochiyama had a profound impact by standing up for those who face discrimination and injustice. She worked tirelessly to ensure that marginalized voices were heard and respected. By building bridges between different communities and cultures, she showed the power of unity in the fight for equality.
A contemporary activist whose work aligned with Yuri Kochiyama's spirit of activism is Helen Zia. But who is she?
About a girl who felt so invisible because everywhere she went, with her family, herself, people stopped and stared as though they were hideous aliens from Mars. People were always telling her, "Go back where you came from." And, of course, that girl.
That is Helen Zia. Helen Zia is an Asian American journalist, author, and activist who has been involved in various social justice movements, particularly advocating for the rights of Asian American and LGBTQ+ communities.
Now, to end my summary about Yuri Kochiyama, Yuri's legacy reminds us that every individual has the ability to make a difference by standing up for what is right and by showing compassion and solidarity towards others.